We're looking at the reports. We've looked at the American lifestyles. The next report that I want to show you is the summary sociometrics. This is where the baseline you chose comes into play. The list you uploaded is on the left, and the baseline you picked is on the right. And we picked all US households. So what this is telling us, just in minutes, is that our data set has 20% of the people have between 200 and 250,000 in household income. And for the whole US, that's only 1.6%. So you're immediately seeing you have a wealthier population than the baseline. And these are great things to know. Here's net worth. It's kind of the same thing. Credit rating, your group has a much higher credit rating than the baseline. Gender, primarily female. This is a women's clothing store, although they do sell a men's shirt, but they're oversampling here for females. This was very interesting for this customer. When we first talked to this particular customer, they thought that most of their customers were between the ages of 35 and 55. And that wasn't the case at all. Most of their customers are over 55. Here you learn just within minutes that 60% of your customers are between 51 and 65, another 20% are between 66 and 75. So 80% of their customers were older than they thought initially. Another interesting one here for this company, most of their customers are ethnically Western European, and that's the same with the US. But this is a data-driven insight that came out for them that 15% of their customers are ethnically Mediterranean. And why is that significant? Because only about 3% of the US population is that. This company's never done anything to attract an ethnically Mediterranean population, but they have one. Now that they know that, they can lean into that. How can they better serve them? How can they fix messaging to help them? How can they have campaigns that meet needs that this population might have? And then also, how can they find more of those? Our platform will enable all of that. And that's the value in getting these types of insights. Number of children, marital status. These guys are primarily married. The US is primarily not married. Most of them own a home, and education is very high for this group compared to the whole US. And so, messaging can be a little more complex if that's the direction you want to go. This is another report that can be printed out as a PDF. Has none of our branding on it, as the other one doesn't either. You can put your own branding on it. These are your reports. And you can also print this out as a CSV if you want to include this in other data sets, or if you want to manipulate some of this to look a little differently. So that's the summary sociometric report.